I never thought the process would take me this long, and that's a little upsetting. That's a comment that was in a weekly report I received today, and a lot of people can relate to that. I've said it over and over again, but QLA is simple, but simple is not the same as easy. So yes, this process can take some people longer than others. This process can be frustrating, but it's important to remember that the system that Dan Pena set up in 1993 has generated so much success. What does that mean for you? That I cannot predict. But you should be able to take some faith in the fact that the system and process works. Absolutely. So what do you do when those times hit? What do you do when things aren't going as well as you would hope they were? Maybe you're not making as much progress as you would want. You get setbacks, and that is going to happen. It's going to happen in basically all business settings. But that's the time that you want to go back to the basics. You want to think about, okay, why am I doing this? Should I quit now or should I continue? And if your why is strong enough and important enough, you'll put quitting aside. But then the next thing is to say, okay, so what am I doing that's working? And more importantly, in this case, what am I doing that's not working? So go back to the basics again, as I say. Write down your affirmations. Make sure that they connect with you and mean something to you emotionally. Then say those in the morning when you get up, right before you go to bed in the evening. Read those again with emotion. Read them out loud. If you're around people who'll think you're a little nuts, but that's okay. And get to the point that you actually, in time, believe that. In the beginning, it won't feel that way. But the more you do them and the more you have some interim affirmations, which you can see and achieve, you'll begin to teach yourself that this process actually works. And then use the tools that we've talked about. Use the fact that what we want to do is, for instance, with the Ivy Lee method, the night before, write down the things, actions, whether that's 3 actions, 6 actions, whatever it is, that will get you the closest to your QLA goal. That might be making phone calls. That might be sending emails. That might be sending letters. That might be sending texts. Whatever it is, write down those 3 things and do those first thing. If you have a job, your boss may have some other priorities for you, obviously, but you can always make time for that. And towards that end, when you're setting aside time to work on QLA, make sure that you're dedicated in that. Eliminate the distractions. An awful lot of people have all kinds of distractions going on, whether that be social media, your phone, for instance. Most people look at a text within 3 seconds. I know that's hard to believe, but think about it. People open up 100% of their text messages usually. So think about those things. And again, go back to the basics. Do the things I've just mentioned. And then there is no substitute for taking massive action. And if you do those, just like if you were in sports and if you were playing baseball in a batting slump, go back to the basics, look at what you're doing, look at what has to change, work it, and you'll come out of that slump, certainly. So I wanted to pass that along because sometimes people feel they're alone. It's happening for other people, but it's not happening for them. Yes, it absolutely is happening for other people, but it can also happen for you if you follow the steps, have a good plan, and work like hell. Okay, so if you've got any ideas for future podcasts, I'd love to hear those. You just go ahead and email me at bruce@brucewhipple.com. And if you go over to brucewhipple.com, go ahead and grab the free class. It's brucewhipple.com/free class. I look forward to hearing from you. And remember, this is QLA's time. There is a lot of free information you can use to acquire already profitable businesses. This is Bruce Whipple. Thanks for listening to the Business Acquisition Podcast. And remember, you miss 100% of the opportunities you fail to take. And procrastination truly is the thief of time. So do something today, please. Your future self will be proud of.